we get a call from Universal. Universal wants us to come down and kind of do like a interview process. I think that's what I'm looking at it for. They want to listen to his music, get to know him as an artist and things of that nature. I took it as disrespect. I took it as disrespect, man. I hate this guy. Yes, sir. We back, man. It's Klass N Session Podcast with your boy First Class, man.
What it do, man? It's your favorite person's favorite person. Action B. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Man, we back. Blessed to be here again, man. Just another episode of, again, our perspective, our mindsets on a couple issues. Just want to shoot the shit with my dog real quick, man. Just get into our topic for today. We kind of both went down this lane of managing artists and kind of putting, because again, managing artists is like a selfless act. You know what I mean? So it's something that I kind of took pride in. I know you take pride in it. Sure. But it's a lot of stuff that's involved with it. I think that people that don't understand the role, I would say, and the ins and outs, ups and downs about it. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of perspective I want to give on that.
Okay, bet. I mean, managing artists is definitely a selfless act, man, and it's a commitment that you're actually making, honestly, to a person,
right? Not
the artist. You know what I'm saying? Because you take on so much. I mean, I think as you get into managing, you know what I'm saying, there's levels to it, and it's also like a huge learning experience. As far as like learning the do's and don'ts, you know what I'm saying, of managing. And
because you kind of learn it on the way.
Yeah, you definitely learn it on the way, bro. And it's like at the beginning, you just, when you want to be successful, man, you just try to do so much. And sometimes the biggest thing that I've seen a lot of managers do is they do things that they're not required to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or they take on roles and responsibilities that's not the manager's role. And then what ends up happening is that the artists, they get used to that, they get comfortable with that, and then when things change, when you start to take, as you grow, you say, okay, let me take a step back from this and do this and that.
Yep.
Then things kind of get, a little twisted. But all in all, a manager has to be a leader, you know what I'm saying? He has to be somebody who actually understands that, like, he comes last, to the movement.
And that's something that you really have to go in, the mindset you have to go in there with.
Yeah, you got to know
knowing that.
So much is gonna come before you, and on top of that, everything, like, you have to put everything first.
Yep.
And
and that's what people don't get, man. And that's why the role is very important, and the trust. Of course, you got these artists that trust in this manager, and vice versa, because you just don't want to manage anybody. I ain't just gonna go. And I'm a person that, again, we talked about this. We big on talent. You gotta have something to bring to the table.
Right.
Just because you got the heart don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? You gotta have the talent.
For sure.
So at the end of the day, I'm just not gonna go pick the guy based on just hard work.
Right.
You have to have the talent and the hard work behind it.
Right.
So with that being said, just you build a relationship with these people, and you don't wanna mix the two, friendship and business. But it's hard not to.
It's impossible.
It's hard not to, because you gotta care about the guy or lady, and whoever it is. But it's a fine line in between making it work because the vision's got to line up, right?
Right.
So what if the vision don't line up? Because I usually feel like I'm the right way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you got to listen on both sides.
I mean, everybody think they right. I think it's just about having the proper structure to where, as an artist, you need to make sure that you have a manager that you can listen to and that you believe in and trust.
Right.
Because ultimately what ends up happening is that everybody starts to think that they're right. And so there has to be someone to make that final call, to make that final decision.
Right.
And not saying that the manager is the final say so, but I think as a manager, it's your job to basically like take all situations and take all outcomes into, consideration. And then from there, you make the best decision. But at the same time, you have to be able to explain and get your artist to understand
why you went that way
and like what's going to come of it. And I think with any team, man, it's all about understanding, because it's a team, man. I mean, and making it in anything, entertainment, any type of,
you need a team.
You need a team. You know what I'm saying? So,
sure.
And
that's something that I picked up on late. Like, I would try to do a lot of stuff that what I've done in all industries, I would say, was kind of do it on my own. You know how you don't want nobody to be like, man, I put this man on.
Right.
But as I got older, it's not something I necessarily was worried about. I was looking for a mentor and then do it. So I ain't going to no rooms just green. You know what I mean?
Right.
I ain't want to be in that route. But on my side and your side, because just being the managers, we probably experienced two different things, two different feelings about it. You know what I mean? With your artists, I've seen a lot of success come with that. Does the roles change? Do you get less? You think you're doing less, or you think you're doing more when the more successful the artists get?
I mean, by nature, you know, the bigger you get, the more work it takes to maintain it.
Right.
I think I haven't been in a situation yet to where I feel like an artist has gotten my artist has gotten too big to where my role diminishes.
Yeah. I was like designating to a team type thing. You know what
I mean, well, yeah, when it's time for that, but it's always about the foundation. The foundation of anything is really what's going to determine like the longevity of it. There's always going to be people that come along the way, but just as fast as they come, they go.
Right. And you way more invested as the manager.
Yeah, for sure.
And you want to be way more hands on.
Right. And it depends on when you find the artist. Sometimes some artists get managers when they kind of created motion and kind of got the business going on their own. Where you have other artists that their shit don't start moving until they get with management or somebody else. You know what I'm saying? They kind of like, you know, teach them the game and kind of show them how to do things, which is what I enjoy doing. I enjoy finding, you know, guys that are still like teetering that line of like, you know what I'm saying, like coming out and being something or you know not.
I mean, you got to get into that comfortable zone like when you're doing this stuff, and I think that a lot of people like, even though you got that, man, I'm doing this alone, I do this. When you get with the right, because I was gonna ask you, like, if you was an artist, would you suggest a manager, or would you kind of do it on your own with you know? Because at the end of the day, a lot of these guys, they kind of stay in their own, and then they build, like, I want to say it kind of blocks them later on, because you never know what you don't know.
Yeah,
two minds is better than one.
Yeah, so that's the thing is right. Is like the more, and it's about value as well. Like me personally, do I think I need a manager if I was an artist? Probably not, because I have the motor to do the things that most artists don't have to do, which is why they need management. It's
true.
You know, no disrespect to artists, but a lot of them are very like lazy and somewhat like spoiled.
Right.
So
that's very true.
A lot of the little things they don't think is worth their time. A lot of the little things, you know, especially like structure, you know, planning, mapping stuff out. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that managers do. Maintaining relationships. All of these things are like very important as an artist, but not all artists are built to like. Man, I know some artists, man, and let's just say like dope, bro. They can rap, sing, write, produce, do whatever, but they can't fucking politic.
Yeah.
So, like, for instance, some artists, man, they have really strong personalities to where, like, you put them in a room, you know, they know how to make shit shake. You got some artists that they're just artists.
Right.
Like, they just want to make music and that's it. And so, if that's the case, then you need somebody in your team that's more flamboyant, more outgoing, more social.
Yeah,
that way, when y'all come in the room together, he's gonna bring the necessary attention to you. You know what I'm saying? To make you to still give you that spotlight.
A lot of them are like that. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, you know, the more people know you, the more you gonna be on. You know what I mean?
but being social in the industry is tough, man. When it's not in you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like just because you're talented, don't make you a people person. Don't mean that you're like you have a marketable personality.
Right, and that ain't always just got to be the issue. I mean, a lot of successful guys that are like a lot of successful people that aren't social, they still make it work. But that's where the manager come in and or the team.
Right,
marketing is big these days. Like man, like especially like Instagram, TikTok, all these things. Like you can go viral and then you get your manager, and then he shows you how to maneuver in and out of those things. But like, just a quick story with me, just again with my manager side, like I see the both sides of it. I see the goods, the ins and outs. I see the hard work you put into it, the selfless acts you put into it. Like, I mean, you really waking up and because let's be real, when you just starting off, if you and your man starting off, y'all ain't got no money. You know what I mean?
Oh, ain't no money coming.
Ain't no money coming in.
It's all money out.
It's all money out. So you got to think like, man, if this is what you totally invested in, man, it's just something that you really have to put your all into.
My name is Steven Thompson from Stevie Rock Radio, and you're now watching the CCN.
And that's the route I was on. Like, I feel like at this point in time in my life, this is what I was going to do,
right.
Managing. But I had a dope artist, man. We was making moves in the city. He was another one that wasn't very social, though. You know what I mean? Like, didn't want to go out. I'm telling the importance of not just necessarily going out, but just pushing yourself a little bit more than you are.
Right.
And but we did develop a little buzz in the city, and it get good. But it's scammers around all the time. It's somebody always looking to get some money somehow. And just real quick, so we doing it good again. This is a friend though. We friends, and then we decided to. I was making some moves in my DJing world, and he liked what I was doing, so he asked me to be his manager. You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, I'll take on the role to be your manager, bro. And from then on, like we was winning doing these talent shows in Houston. We winning these talent shows, and he has the talent. I think the dude is very talented. To this day, I still support him. But what we getting into is the business and loyalty, like you gotta learn how to intertwine them, but you gotta know it's a separation, if that makes sense. Because everybody's not gonna be your type of loyal, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like we rocking, we rolling, and we just so happen to get some good news, which I kind of, from day one, I kind of thought it was kind of shaky because, let's just get into it. We get a call from Universal. Universal wants us to come down and kind of do like a interview process. I think that's what I'm looking at as for. They want to listen to his music, get to know him as an artist and things of that nature. So we get the call to go to California. We get down there. First of all, again, I'm the manager. I can't pay my way and his way to get to California off of just that. You know what I mean? I'm not getting paid to be his manager. I'm kind of just DJing and making my way. So we get down there, and I don't go to the meeting. The person that goes to the meeting is the person that paid for his flight and for his room. So meaning the guy knows nothing about him, know nothing about the situation. I know everything about it. And that's just what I've been preaching for the last 2-3 years of our relationship and building it through the me being his manager. Long story short, I don't go to the meeting, and it's not a sad story because at the end of the day, I didn't take it as I took it as disrespect. I took it as disrespect, but I didn't take it like, man, I hate this guy. I wish he's have a downfall or anything like that. I just looked at it like, okay, man, all right. You wasn't rocking with me like I was rocking with you. I wish you luck. To this day, I still repost them, but you have to have separate the two. Cause I really thought since we was cool before that he would just be down with me. You know what I mean? Just because, hey man, you see the selfless acts I'm putting up towards you, it should be reciprocated. You know what I mean? But that's why you gotta have your business side together.
Right.
Like in management, you gotta have your business side together. And I can say that. I learned that lesson, you know what I mean? But everything ain't for everybody also though, you know what I mean? So I look at it like that. So that's if I can encourage anybody, just like if you was taking that route, man, manager side, man, especially if you dealing with somebody that you like, all right, man, my friend is dope. I think you dope, bro. You should do this, do that. Make sure the business side together. And that's the biggest thing I take away from like just being a manager.
Yeah, I mean, in any form of business, you got to have your paperwork straight. But I think that where a lot of people could get confused at, it's like, just because you're involved, not saying you in particular, but
right.
I see this a lot of times because I've worked with a lot of different artists, and when you get with these artists, man, they have people around them, and these people around them, they down for them, man. They down for the ride. They're all expecting to win with this artist,
right? And with the success of the artist,
right? With the success of the artist, but a lot of times people think that because they're around, then they're entitled, and so. My whole thing about your paperwork is like, get your paperwork, but make sure you're actually bringing value to deserve
For sure.
like that paperwork. Or because if not, then it's just entitlement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yes,
you know,
man.
it's a you know, the music industry is shaky. You know what I'm saying? It's cutthroat, and you know, niggas is fighting for pennies. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, like, dog, I swear to God, niggas is brothers, like, love, like, niggas like, man, bro, I kill a nigga for you, woo, bro, we bros. Niggas, that's how it is when niggas is making the music.
Right.
When it come time to slice up that pie,
Oh, yeah.
nigga, it's, man, what you do? Well, you know, no, for real, it's really like
Facts.
that. And you know, bro, that's the ugliest part of this game, is that you put so much time and energy and your spirit into like the creation process.
Right.
And then like you actually have to use like the complete opposite to handle your business. And so
That's facts.
So yeah, definitely
The morals and values, they just don't. Cause you want to be that guy. You want to be the man. Yeah, man, I'll let you make it this time, guy. But you just can't do that when it's business.
I mean, you know, I think, you know, I don't believe in
Not too much.
I don't believe in professional homies. So,
Right.
like, nigga, if you're gonna be on the train, you need to be
What are you
doing
bringing to the
something, man.
table?
I mean,
Yeah,
like, it's
yeah.
got to be something. You know what I mean? So, and that's if you want to be on paper.
Right.
Now, if you
You
know,
got your own motion.
well, it's not even that, but it's just like, you my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you see it all the time, man. Like, rappers blow up and they take their people with them, and like, but these niggas not like for instance, like Drake's like best homies wasn't in his initial record deal.
Right.
Like, you know, fucking who else is popping? You know what I'm saying? Like your homies aren't in the deal with you, but if they're loyal to you, you're loyal to them, they will benefit
Eventually.
You know what I'm saying, from
Eventually.
it. And
that's how business is supposed to work, man. Because you really wanna
yeah,
say
man.
you wanna put yourself on,
Yeah.
and that's what I was about to get at. Because like, again, with being a manager, you know, in that role, you, like you said, the back burner guy.
Right,
You're not the important guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you making moves to get this guy to the important stage, but most people ain't down to do that. A lot of people want to be seeing you doing good, but never doing better than them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even in the industry that you in. You know what I mean? Even if the friends and peers that you picking up on, like these people don't just. Hopefully you want everybody to see you win, but it ain't always that way.
It'll never be that. I mean, because we live in a competitive society. But like I said, that's the beauty of being a manager, is that you actually have to be made to be a manager. Like, I don't think it's a job for anybody. A lot of niggas think, oh, I can just manage them because they just want to be a part of something.
Yeah.
And it always sounds good to be the manager. But in reality, man, I mean, it's tough, bro. Like how you were mentioning about the flights and stuff like that. I mean, bro, countless amounts of money is spent in the
Before
manager
you see
position
anything,
before
man.
you see $1. So, and then on top of that, like I say, in a manager, as a manager position, everything for you is back in. So, yeah, man, you're doing a lot of blind investing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just off of hope, you know what I mean? But definitely, if you're going to be taking on that role to spending you know, if you feel like you're bringing value, man, if you feel like you actually are beneficial to this movement, then definitely get your paperwork done.
I suggest that most people that's because this is getting to the team part.
Right.
Because the manager, of course, that's an important factor. But just as far as like, even with us, you know what I mean? Just us building a team about minds and things like that, just about the podcast, I would say, just about your artist. You don't want to just be the only one going into it with your ideas and things of that nature. Like me, I'm almost asking, I even ask like the subscribers and the followers to give me some insight. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you never know what you don't know. And that's something that I always be big on. I'm always big on like trying to learn new stuff, learn from new people. But I ain't just gonna pick anybody. If you're just talking outside your neck a lot, like you gotta be about what you shout. And that's something that's also big and it's not common in that industry that we're in. Because the entertainment industry is big, it's broad. It's something that that's what we're doing right now. We're speaking our mindsets about these things. And I wouldn't go into this and not have spoken with you. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? A partnership, a great team is kind of about communication. And that's why I feel like a lot of things fail and they don't succeed because everybody wants to be the head honcho or at some point in time, like, man, I was thinking like, man, I'm the head honcho. I want to do everything my way. You know what I mean?
I remember that.
And it's like, nah, man, as you mature,
All right.
you know what I'm saying? And maturity is a big thing. We gonna, I figure as you mature, that's when I was thinking, man, I need this, I need that. You know what I mean? And that's what, everybody's not making those selfless moves, I would say. And I've seen that from both of us later, actually, you know what I'm saying? Just later on in life. You know what I mean?
This is more logical, you know what I'm saying? I think the fantasy is that everybody wants to be the man, right?
Right.
Like, but the dream is you just want to be good.
Successful.
You know what I'm saying? You just want to be successful. You want to be, you know what I'm saying? Like I tell nigga all the time, like, you know, would you rather be LeBron or J.R. Smith or a nigga that ain't even make the league? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it's like
you weigh your success on like, because both LeBron and J.R. Smith, because this is like this. If I got, because I think I heard Jody Breeze say this, because you got $100 million, I got $100,000. That don't mean that I'm broke or you're a realer guy than me.
Yeah.
And I just really said that to say that it's more of a how you bring yourself to the situation.
Right.
What value you bring, right?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, the value is in yourself. It brings so much more to the team. If you really are bringing value, you can't just be just talking about it. And that's one thing again. Be by what you shout, man. If you really gonna take on this artist, man, you really gonna take on these, I want to say these roles of just being an entitlement to make moves happen for other people, make moves happen for yourself. The first thing I would go with is trust your gut. What's the first thing you gonna go with?
Shit. Be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Be honest with yourself, man. A lot of people waste a lot of people's time. Because niggas know they ain't got it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of time, man, it's not about talent, man. It's talent everywhere in this world. But people need to understand the difference between, like, you know, doing something out of the love for it and doing it for you or doing it for the world. You know what I'm saying? And for, let's say, like, the business of it, right? Because I feel like when you talk about business, you're doing things for the world. So, for instance, like, when I make music and I finish and we're done and I don't listen to a song and be like, oh, this song is good, this song's a hit, because it don't matter about what the fuck I think. I'll take that song and I'll send it to 10 people, and what they say about the song
makes you want to move on.
Is how I start to feel about the song. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't do things for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the business of selling to the people. So I need to know what the fuck the people feel about this shit.
No, for sure. And with that being said, like, you got to be honest with yourself. The less yes men you have, the better. Again, when I say trust your gut, it's just more about, like, man, 9 times out of 10, you're right. The moves you're making are definitely going to get you in the space that you want to be in. It's not more about slow motion. You know what I mean? Slow motion better than no motion is what they say. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, pick up on these gems that we try to drop you guys. This is real talk. We ain't doing no faking. This is stuff that we really went through. You know what I mean? So it's not like we know all the game. We're just giving it based off our perspectives. We want to shout out Slapwoods, man. My guys, man. You know what it is. My guy Blackman.
The biggest
in the game. Very growing situation right there. Shout out my guy Breon, Recycle Brand Clothing. We gonna start dropping that on you guys real soon. My guy Action B with the On Guard clothing.
Non-profit, y'all tap in, man. We got some big things coming for the community real soon.
For sure, man. Y'all tap in with us, man. It's Klass N Session, your boy First Class.
Action B.
I'm out.
On God.
Yes, sir. It's your boy First Class. Appreciate y'all checking out the last episode of Klass N Session. You can also check out these other episodes from Community Cultivation Network, and you can learn a lot from. Subscribe, like, and comment to Klass N Session Podcast right now. For sure.